Mexico is leaving the dollar behind and joining the BRICS bloc with China, Russia and other countries. The BRICS countries have a lot of natural resources like oil and gold. They also have strong currencies. China and Russia are the leaders of BRICS. Right now, people are working hard to get other Latin American countries like Mexico and Venezuela to join the group. If Mexico and Venezuela join BRICS, they can sell oil at higher prices to steady buyers. Plus, they won't have to use dollars for these sales. Mexico has decided to join the bloc, but the United States might punish them by limiting their oil sales. This would hurt Pemex, Mexico's state-owned oil company. The BRICS bloc, started by China, is a chance for countries like Mexico and Venezuela to access more profitable markets. Venezuela is really interested in using the peso, a new Mexican currency supported by the country's strong economic growth. Mexico's economy has grown by 7.5% compared to last year, which is better than expected. This is because Mexico paid back its debt to the United States and because Mexico has been lending money to other countries, which makes money through interest and other financial charges. One question is why Russia seems to support Mexico more than the United States does, especially in important areas like energy and finance. Russia is opening its markets to Mexico, but the United States often punishes Mexico when it thinks Mexico's economy is doing better than its own. Mexico is ready to join BRICS, but it has to meet certain requirements. One is that most of the Mexican people have to support joining. Joining BRICS, which includes countries like China, Russia and Brazil, could be really good for Mexico. People are even talking about Saudi Arabia, one of the biggest oil producers in the world, joining BRICS. If Mexico and Venezuela, both rich in natural resources, join BRICS, the group would control a large amount of the world's energy trade. But there are roadblocks. The United States has warned that it would punish Mexico if it joins the group. They would stop Pemex from selling oil using dollars. Right now you can only buy oil using US dollars. But China and Russia want to change this. They are pushing for the peso as a different option. If Mexico joins BRICS, it would benefit the most. India and China, both BRICS members, make up almost half of the world's population. Other countries will want to join too. This would make the Mexican peso a very important currency. Goods could move through Mexico's interoceanic corridor instead of the Panama Canal. This would make Mexico a major financial center in the world. Even if the United States punishes Mexico, it still needs the 1.1 million barrels of oil it buys from Mexico every day. There just isn't enough oil in the market to meet demand without it. Plus, Europe also relies on Mexican oil, which it gets through deals made in the United States. This means Mexico is in a powerful position. It gets to decide who it wants to work with. Mexico's economic growth of 7.5% compared to last year has surprised many. It's even faster than China's growth in the last 20 years. If this keeps up, Mexico could become a major economic power in just a few years, and the United States isn't happy about it. A strong Mexico could make investors pay attention. They might start to see the Mexican peso as a safer bet than the US dollar and move their money to Mexican banks. Russia has shown strong support for Mexico by sending humanitarian aid and building economic and military ties. Mexico might even modernize its army by buying Russian jets like the Sukhoi 57 or the MiG-35. This would make Mexico a major military power in the Americas, second only to the United States. An alliance with Russia would make Mexico almost untouchable. It would have access to advanced technology, including Russian satellites, which give a big advantage militarily. Mexico joining BRICS raises big questions about its relationships with other countries. The United States might try to punish Mexico, but China's influence could cancel that out. With Mexico closer to the BRICS powers, US punishments wouldn't matter as much. Even with the US warnings, Mexico's growing economic power might push it closer to Russia and China. Venezuela would also benefit from this new situation. For years it struggled because of US punishments. These punishments have hurt its oil production. Now it only produces 800,000 barrels a day, way less than the 4 million it exported just 3 years ago. The peso could be what Venezuela needs. It could help its oil industry recover and help it break free from the US dollar. Mexico's economic growth is not only impressive, but it's also attracting foreign investment. US investors are moving their money into the Mexican financial system because the Mexican peso is becoming more important. Even with the problems other currencies are facing, the peso is still strong. This is partly because it's linked to gold, a precious metal that has held its value over time. Why is Russia more supportive of Mexico than the United States, even though the US is right next door? Some experts think the United States has always been jealous of Mexico's potential and has tried to keep it weak. But as Mexico's economy grows, there might be tension in the region, especially if Mexico keeps moving towards becoming a major economic power. So, Mexico's decision to join BRICS could be a turning point for the region's economy and politics. Is it better to team up with China and Russia, or stick with the United States? Let's explore how the relationship between Mexico and Europe might change if Mexico joins BRICS. Let's look at the good and the bad that this new situation could bring for both regions. As Mexico gets closer to the BRICS countries, Europe might face new challenges and opportunities in its trade and diplomacy with Mexico. Mexico joining this economic bloc could mean it trades with a wider range of partners, which could in turn make it less reliant on exporting to Europe. However, this new dynamic could also open doors for greater cooperation in areas like technology, energy and sustainability. Europe could find a strategic ally in Latin America in Mexico, which would ease its access to emerging markets and promote the exchange of knowledge and resources. On the other hand, we can't ignore the challenges. Competition for natural resources and markets could intensify. Additionally, Mexico's trade policies could change to favor its new BRICS partners, which could impact European businesses. In short, the geopolitical relationship between Mexico and Europe, with Mexico joining BRICS, presents both opportunities and challenges. It will be crucial for both regions to find a balance that allows them to reap the benefits of this new dynamic while mitigating potential negative impacts. What's your take on this new relationship between Mexico and Europe?